It is day number 2 of the PVL on tour, and we bring you inside the Batangas Sports Coliseum. Alina Vicar and the Flying Titans making their debut as they take on Chin Basante and the rest of the Thunderbelles playing in their second game of on tour. This is the second match today. Flying Titans taking on the Thunderbelles. Hi everybody, thanks for watching us on our One Sports YouTube channel. Flying Titans finished 10th in the on tour in 2025, while the Thunderbelles finished 5th, made it all the way to the quarterfinals before losing to the high-speed hitters, the eventual champions. There is the third overall pick of the 2026 PVL draft, Tin Ubaldo, one of the new setters for the Flying Titans. Isa Molde also in the lineup. She will be one of the starters. Des Cheng, it's the team captain, 29 years old. There is Pecania, 25 years old, out of Arellano. Will be part of the starting lineup for Coach Dante Elinsunurin, as he will try to mix and match, find a good chemistry that'll work for him today. And see how everybody else meshes in the lineup. Jaya Tienza, of course, out of UP. Meanwhile, Jewel Encarnacion, also part of the Flying Titans roster. A lot of big movements during the off-season. Meantime, Sam Nolasco, huge, very popular player in college, helped CSB to multiple championships. Riza Nogales had 6 points in the 4-set win of the Thunderbelles against the Chargers. Alexis Minor, one of the top scorers, 15 points, 4 blocks, 2 aces, 10 digs. One of the leading scorers along with Zam Nolasco. In the meantime, Jovelyn Gonzaga, who was a member of the Alas Pilipinas team that competed in Candon just a few months ago. Meantime, Rachel Ann Dakis, who was a part of Farm Fresh just last year, joined ZUS early this year. Kate Santiago, 7 points in their first win in the PVL on tour. So a lot of familiar faces for Coach Jerry Yee. Back at the helm for the Thunderbelles, 52 years old, former head coach of Farm Fresh. He also coached in the UAAP for UP and Adamson. Coach Dante Elinsunurin, of course, we all know him from National University. Joined the team since December of 2022. An Adamson alumnus. And look at the crowd. Part of the almost 4,000 people inside the Batangas City Sports Coliseum. Favorite of ours. We'll take a quick break, come back with the action between the Flying Titans and the Thunderbelles.
A pleasant evening to one and all. Welcome to the Batangas City Sports Center and the 2026 PVL On Tour preseason event of the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. Match number 4 features our Choco Mucho Flying Titans and our ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Fernando Velarde. Second referee, Mr. Erlindo Eusebio. Let's call on our starting lineup from our Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Let's begin with jersey number 1, Marialina Isabel Molde. At number 9, Alina Royce Picar. Wearing jersey number 15, Jaila Marie Atienza. At number 17, Lorraine Pecania. Number 22 is Jewel Encarnacion. And number 24, Caitlin Viray. Starting libero is number 11, Aisha Tara Huegos. Correction, starting libero is number 16, Tan Ponce. Head coach, Mr. Dante Alinsunurin Jr. Calling on our ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. Let's begin with jersey number 2, Shanae Basarte. At number 8, Jovelyn Gonzaga. Wearing jersey number 9, Kate Santiago. At number 10, Chini Arroyo. Number 14, Aliana Nicole Ong. And number 19, Riza Nogales. Libero is number 1, Micah Go. And head coach, Mr. Jerry Yee. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Match number 4, Choco Mucho Flying Titans versus the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. 2026 edition.
So here we go. Starting lineup for your Flying Titans, Isa Molde. Good to see her back after not seeing a lot of action in the All-Filipino Conference. Their starting setter is Alina Bicar. Tang Ponce is the starting libero. Jaya Atienza, Lorraine Pecania, Encarnacion, and Viray round up the 6. Meanwhile, Jovelyn Gonzaga leading the 6 of Coach Jerry Yee, along with Santiago Arroyo, Nolasco, Nogales, and of course, Chin Basarte, the starting setter. Take over the role of Juan Mondeñedo. Basarte, of course, in case you don't know, is from the College of St. Benil. Batchmate of Zam Nolasco. They did not have to go through the draft because they already played in the PVL. Nice tip from Gonzaga to kick things off here in the opening set. Veteran making her presence felt right away. And the Thunderbelles are on the board first. Good pass from Molde. And Caitlin Viray going down the line to answer. That is a side out for the Flying Titans to tie the game. Caitlin Viray, former USD player. There's Jewel Encarnacion, formerly from the Gallery's Tower High Risers. Basarte reverses Jovelyn Gonzaga. That's dug very nicely by Alina Bicar, and then a nice block by Santiago. Will side out for the Thunderbelles. Caitlin Viray is denied. That service outside though for the former Adamson Lady Falcon, who played excellent defense. 10 digs for Kate Santiago in their 4-set win against the Chargers. Meantime, Pecaña with the serve and the free point for the Thunderbelles for a 3-2 advantage here in the opening set. So here's Aliana Nicole Ong. Came off the bench in their first game, scored 4 points out of Mapua University. Nice hit again for Caitlin Viray. So she's got a couple of points. 2 of the 3 of the Flying Titans coming from the former Tigress. Good pass. Basarte reverses Jovelyn Gonzaga with the off-speed hit. Ponce sets it up. Isamolde. And she is one of the fan favorites, definitely here in Batangas. Isamolde with her first point of the on-tour pocket tournament. So that's a break point for the Flying Titans to take the lead for the first time today. 4 serving 3. Basarte. Reception has been good for the Thunderbelles, and Nogales knocks in her first point today. Lisa Nogales out of UE, second best middle blocker in the 2025 Invitational Conference. There's a block touch. And the Thunderbelles will get a break point. They've scored 2 in a row. And it's a 5-4 advantage for ZUS. Bad pass coming from Isamolde. And she comes up short on the push. That's 3 straight points now for the Thunderbelles. The last one off an error by Isamolde. Much better pass by Tang Ponce. One-handed set for Bicar. Isamolde. And just too much to handle for Kate Santiago as Isamolde scores her second point today. And makes up for the attack fault earlier. But excellent control by Alina Bicar on that difficult set. 5 serving 6. Good pass, Basarte to Nogales. Nogales punches it through. And here comes a free ball for the Thunderbelles. Arroyo, good coverage in the back row by Molde. This one a little too close to the net. Nice tip by Encarnacion. Basarte to Nogales. And that's outside. Nogales misses the mark. Putting in a little too much muscle that time. So an attack fault for the Thunderbelles, and we're tied at 6 here in the opening set. Nice seesaw battle for the fans here in Batangas. Biggest lead was 2 points for the Thunderbelles. Short serve. Didn't even cross the net for Isamolde. So Molde with a couple of errors, one attack fault, one service fault. Chini Arroyo, 4 points as a starter in the second set. In their first win, their very first win of the Thunderbelles in the on-tour pocket tournament. Encarnacion, that was dug. Santiago rejected, Santiago with a push. Viray rolls it over. Dug by Nogales. Now Santiago hits again. Viray picks it up. Vicar to Encarnacion, rejected. Tang Ponce sets it up. Back to Jewel. Jewel blocked. Coverage by Ponce. Here comes Viray from the back row. Nowhere to go. What a block. Second straight one for Riza Nogales. All the 2 points of Nogales have come from blocks so far here in the opening set. And she helps restore the biggest lead of the Thunderbelles. Such a tough defender to get around if you're the Flying Titans. Riza Nogales stands 5'11". Here's a double sub. The coach, actually a triple sub. Minor, Mondoñedo, Dakis coming in. And I believe Zach Nolasco also coming in. So almost the entire starting lineup has been replaced. What a deep, deep bench this is for Coach Jerry Yee. Now we also see Jolina De La Cruz, who was initially supposed to start, had a great first game for the Thunderbelles against Akari, scored 12 points, including 13 receptions. So not only was she efficient on offense, she also helped with great passing to keep the offense of the Thunderbelles going in that game against the Chargers. Only 19 errors in 4 sets for the Thunderbelles. Had 6 aces, but more impressively, 13 blocks. 4 from Nolasco and 4 for Nogales as well. Now check that, 4 from Minor. So between Minor, there she is, and Nolasco, and they had 8 of the 13 blocks. Mondoñedo with a dig. Great way to keep it alive. Nolasco with the easy over. Encarnacion rejected again. Jewel, second straight try. This one goes over and right at the foot of Jerry Yee. So Encarnacion getting bothered by the blocking of the Thunderbelles. Now a 3-point cushion for De La Cruz and the Thunderbelles. 9-6 opening set. Bad pass there by Tang Ponce. Back row hit from Isa Molde. Minor been converted as an outside hitter. And another block by Nogales. She's got 3 already after not even scoring a block against Akari, the first game of On Tour. She has all 3 blocks in the first set for the Thunderbelles. What a great job defensively for Riza Nogales. 10-6. Thunderbelles trying to pull away. And so far their defense has been one of the main factors here in the first set. Underhand pass. First time seeing Tin Ubaldo in the lineup, but still the defense just absolutely chef's kiss, if I were to look for a term to describe it so far for the Thunderbelles. Ubaldo passes, Encarnacion again rejected. 4 blocks already for Nogales and a timeout for Coach Dante Alinsunurin. Down by 5 opening set.
Guys, kapag nag-off tayo, cover tayo.
Yes, coach. Okay yan.
Ha? Okay, sa Gitmare, lagi sila nag-commit, ha? Punta tayo dito, kahit paano mo yung commit natin makakagawa, ha?
Presence of mind lang.
One time, mag-one, ha?
Coach Alinsunurin preaching coverage in the first part of that huddle, as it's been one block after another for the Thunderbelles. Kudos to Riza Nogales. Tremendous defense here in the opening set. And the Thunderbelles have opened up a 5-point cushion. Ubaldo. And finally, Jewel Encarnacion gets one to just sneak through the blockers. She has struggled, but we know how good of an offensive player Encarnacion is. Former Palarong Pambansa standout. Played with Alea Malaluan and was coached by Regine Diego back in the day. Nice serve by Jaya Atienza. And this one is through. Quick side out. As Rachel Andakis with her first point today. Dakis, one of the more senior players for the Thunderbelles at 38. Was a former Rookie of the Year back in season 67 of the UAAP. She played for FEU. And back-to-back points for Dakis. What a huge lift off the bench for the former Queen Tamarao. A 6-point cushion. And 4 of the 13 points of the Thunderbelles are blocks by Nogales. There's another block. Not yet a block point. Ubaldo, there's a push by Picaña. Nogales will set it up to Minor. Encarnacion. Nice. Dig from De La Cruz. Minor trying to roll it through. Tang Ponce passes all the way to the other side and nowhere to go. Achicuegos is rejected. That's a block for Dakis. Dakis has scored the last 3 points of the Thunderbelles. Lead is now 7 for Nogales and ZUS. Ponce, perfect pass. Ubaldo, another block. And that's going to be on Nolasco. Nolasco's first block today. Zam Nolasco. You mentioned 15 points, including 4 blocks. Former MVP and best middle blocker in NCAA season 101. There's a nice shot of the rejection against Picaña. Short pass. Ubaldo reverses. This one a little too close to the net. And Dakis with another block. Dakis has 4 points. 2 from attacks and 2 from blocks. It's a block party for the Thunderbelles. Up by 9 already. 16-7 opening set. And for this very pro Choco Mucho crowd, obviously stunned. Alina Bicar returns to the floor for the Flying Titans. The rookie Tin Ubaldo is struggling to get the offense going for the Flying Titans. Bicar to Encarnacion, going down the line. Yes! Jewel Encarnacion, a couple of points. So a full front line for Alina. 16-8. That is the score in favor of ZUS. Zam Nolasco with her first attack point. She's got 2. Lead is back to 9. Alexis Minor, former 5th overall pick in last year's draft. Caitlin Viray, a swing, and she knocks it in. Viray with 3. Long way back if you're the Flying Titans. Just stunned with the kind of defense put on display here by the Thunderbelles. Minor from the back row, got it. Alexis Minor. A couple of points already. Minor right now thriving in her new role as an opposite. Viray, cross court, net touch. Going to be called against the Thunderbelles for the first break point in a while for the Flying Titans. And a substitution for Coach Alin Sinurin. We see Jen Kylene Villegas, the 19th overall pick from last year, out of Adamson. Comes from Iligan. And Velasco, that one dug by Bicar. Easy over. Nice looking approach, and that's good. Jolina De La Cruz scores the point. That's her first so far for today. I'm sure not going to be the last for the former lady spiker from La Salle. Back to a 9-point cushion here off that side out for the Thunderbelles. Velasco was also one of the players invited to the trading pool of Alas Pilipinas for this year. Doñero to Minor. That one picked up by Molde. Here comes Viray. Drop shot attempt. Easy dig for Velasco. Molde coming up short. Isa Molde, at least 3 errors. She's only scored 2 points today. So a rough comeback game for Isa Molde, the former Lady Fighting Maroon. The lead is back to 10 for the Thunderbelles. And you can see some of the Flying Titans fans there. They've been shushed by the performance of the Thunderbelles so far. Nice little shoot set for Jaya Tienza. Galina De La Cruz rejected. De La Cruz tries again, blocked again. And Doñero to the pipe. Nice hit by Dakis, but that one dug by Ponce. Here comes Molde. And this one finds zone 1, Isa Molde, with point number 3. A lot of out-of-system plays for the Flying Titans. They've really got to get back to playing their game because the pace right now all favoring the Thunderbelles. Another out-of-system play, this one way outside as well. Isa Molde just absolutely up and down today. Error number 4 for Molde. She scored 3 points. Now, Mondoñero out of Gloria in Oriental Mindoro. Option play there for Bicar. Micah Go with a pass to Minor. Minor will miss. Rare miss for Minor, who has been superb off the bench. Meanwhile, Dino Baldo getting ready to check back in along with Achi Cuevas. As Coach Dante Alucinurin is trying to keep everybody warm on this cool Saturday night in Batangas. Thankfully, Storm Inday finally a lot less its effects here in Luzon. Nice hit from Minor. Encarnacion cross court. Now one picked up by Verde Flor. De La Cruz down the line. Got it. That's a couple of points now for Jolina De La Cruz. And she was with the Lady Spikers. It was known as the soul of DLSU. Check that. That was Eliza Eroa, not Verde Flor. The second libero for the Thunderbelles. Beautiful tip. Jaya Tienza. Flying Titans absolutely outplayed in every fashion here in the opening set. Just couldn't get their offense going. Minor, yes, and just too many holes up top on the floor right now, and that's being exploited by Minor, Dakis, and Lasco. But their leading scorer is Nogales for the Thunderbelles, and all her points coming from the net in terms of blocks. Meanwhile, we see Cesc Robles for the first time today. Robles did not play in their game against Akari. Achicuegos with a side out. First point for Achicuegos, coming from Adamson. Was undrafted in the 2024 PVL draft, so signed as a free agent. (14 serving 23). Flying Titans just got blown out early and they never recovered. There's Rachel Andakis with 5. Now the leading scorer for the Thunderbelles off the bench, proving to everyone that age is just a number. What a performance for Rachel Andakis, coming off 11 points against Akari. She's got 5 already. On track for probably another double-digit performance. Meantime, Chin Basarte back in the game. Her idol is Nutsarat Tomkom. For those of you who don't even remember anymore, because of the performance of Pornpud Gebhardt, Sam Velasco. Now make that, I think it's Dakis with a block. Dakis, that's block number 3 for her. She's got 6 points already. Here's another look at this defensive gem coming from the Thunderbelles. Dakis guarding down the line. And Viray had nowhere to go. And it is a 25-14 win for the Thunderbelles against the Flying Titans opening set.
We'd like to acknowledge the presence of PVL to Batangas City. Games promoter, Mr. Gilbert Alea of Alea Optical Clinic. Maraming salamat po.
.11 winning margin after 20 minutes for ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. 7 blocks to nothing. And then forcing the Flying Titans to 7 errors as well. That alone is 14 points to the 25. They didn't have to score much. They were out-attacked, but it didn't really matter as their defense held up. And then the Flying Titans, of course, they've got to tighten up their game. They can't afford to give up 7 points in any set against a very determined ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles who are coming off a win. In case you guys don't remember yet, this is just day 2 of the PVL on tour. ZUS, this is their second game. They won against Akari in 4 sets in their first game. For the Flying Titans, they're maybe trying to shake off some rust. They haven't played in a while. This is their first game in the PVL on tour, but they got their butts kicked in the first set. They've got to regroup here in set number 2. And here is the tweaked starting 6 as Aliana Ong is in the starting lineup for the Thunderbelles. Meanwhile, a tweaked starting lineup as well for the Flying Titans with Mean Mendrez and Des Cheng, the team captain, in the starting lineup here in set number 2. Welcome once again inside the Batangas City Sports Coliseum. Always a very nice, beautiful place to visit for the PVL on tour. We'd love to be here a lot more. Hopefully that'll happen in the future. But wherever you're watching us, thanks for the support for the PVL, this on-tour tournament with a completely new format. No champion after the competition, but the winning team in each of the games receive 100,000 pesos, and then the losing team 50,000 pesos. This is a pocket tournament in case some of you guys are still unaware. On tour is unlike the reinforced or the open conference, where it's a full kind of tournament complete with a round robin, knockout round in the semifinals and finals. For the on-tour invitational, it's a different kind of format, shorter, allows the teams to try and get their bearings, get the chemistry as they prepare for the reinforced and also for the open conference. First point of set number 2 going to the Flying Titans. Des Cheng with her first point today. Hang on. Thunderbelles out of position. Coach Jerry looking on. So that's a quick point for the Flying Titans. To start set 2, they've got 2 in a row. Ubaldo. Short pass. So it's Eroa with a set and a block. The first block of the Flying Titans coming in the second set. And I think they're going to credit Lorraine Pecaña with a rejection. That is the first point for Pecaña. This is the biggest lead for the Flying Titans in the entire match, up by 3 points. There's Ong with the up. Basarte, drop shot coming from Santiago. Ong with a hit and popped up. Basarte to the pipe. There's a block against Arroyo. Battle at the net. This one won by Pecaña. So Pecaña with a couple of points here in set number 2. And you hear the crowd roaring. This is a pro Flying Titans fan base inside the Batangas City Sports Coliseum. This is the kind of start you want after losing 25-14 in the first set. Right now the Thunderbelles, they're in disarray. They can't even get their offense going. Pecaña with a hit. That one popped up by Basarte. Here comes Santiago, gets it to roll over. Nice save for Pecaña. Des Cheng with a two-handed push. Ong to the pipe. Chini Arroyo hits it. And Mendrez pops it up. Nice push coming from Achicuegos. Pancake save. Flying Titans scrambling, but apparently that is a lane violation, center line violation by the Flying Titans. So it's an error by Choco Mucho that gives ZUS their first point of set number 2. I believe Coach Dante Alims-Norin just checked with the coaching staff. Was thinking about challenging, decided not to. Des Cheng cross court, missed. So back-to-back points coming from, or back-to-back points given up by the Flying Titans. So 2 easy ones scored by the Thunderbelles. Santiago with a nice-looking serve. Ubaldo reverses, rejection of Huegos. Huegos tries again, finds an opening. Michael Gore sets it up, and it's rolled over. Jovelyn Gonzaga with point number 3. There's the pass by Micah Gore. Gonzaga off-speed hit. How many times have we seen her do that throughout her illustrious PVL career? Des Cheng is blocked. Ubaldo pops it up. Achicuegos rejected coverage by Ubaldo. Des Cheng is blocked. This time by Aliana Ong. First point for Aliana Nicole Ong, the highest drafted NCAA rookie with the 2026 PVL draft out of Mapua. Yana Ong is just 5'8". Great timing. Michael Go pops it up. Here comes Chini Arroyo. And that will give the Thunderbelles their first lead of the second set. This is a 5-point run for the Thunderbelles after trailing 0-4. They are now up 5-4. Bad pass. Leads to a free ball. Santiago to Basarte to Gonzaga with a drop. Tremendous offense, 6 in a row scored by the Thunderbelles to lead by 2 after trailing by 4. Aroa struggling defensively for the Flying Titans in passing and digging. There's Arrocha coming up short. Another out-of-system play. In fact, a free ball given up by the Flying Titans. There's Chini Arroyo again. Back-to-back points for Arroyo. He's got at least 3 points already in the game. 7 in a row scored by the Thunderbelles, and Coach Alin Sinurin has seen enough. After starting off flat-footed, right now the Thunderbelles have found their offense.
Yun lang tatandaan, every time, ang timing nila hindi mabilis. Okay? Kaibigan, pasa muna, itaas ang sakita para malaki chance sa atin. Pag medyo malayo, nagasipas na talaga, may tayo makapatay. Okay? Wala pa lang.
Tara, isa. Side out tayo. Okay! Choco Mucho!
Just when it looked like the Flying Titans were going to get control of set number 2 with a 4-0 start, the Thunderbelles answer with a 7-0 run, and now we're up by 3. Kate Santiago was the first server, and we're already 11 points in, and she's still serving for the Thunderbelles. Bad pass again, Tino Baldo. Out of system play, Des Cheng. That one picked up by Arroyo. Basarte back to Gonzaga. 8 in a row scored by the Thunderbelles. What an answer here for Jonathan Gonzaga and company. Gonzaga now with 4. What a reverse set by Basarte as well. Ubaldo almost touched the net. Easy over from Achicuegos. Basarte to the pipe. Santiago wasn't ready. Arrocha to Des Cheng, denied again. Another block by Ong, Aliana Ong, with her second straight point, and all of them have come from blocks. 9-0 run for the Thunderbelles here in set 2. This is arguably the longest run I've seen so far in the PVL. 9 straight points. Des Cheng chasing it down the push, and a net touch on Des Cheng. 10 straight points scored by the Thunderbelles now. As all of a sudden, after starting off in rhythm, the Flying Titans have absolutely lost their groove. Santiago seems like she's tired from serving. I mean, 10 straight points rattled off by the Thunderbelles. Cheng blocked, picked up by Ubaldo. Tang Ponce to Achicuegos. Finally a side out by the Flying Titans, but not after allowing the Thunderbelles to score 10 straight points. So that ends the marvelous run, and it's a 5-point game. 29-year-old Des Cheng played in the Palarong Pambansa 3 times. Chini Arroyo, quick side out. 4 points for the former NU Lady Bulldog, Chini Arroyo. Excellent set, and what a swing for Arroyo. Ong with the serve. Great pass by Tang Ponce. Achicuegos got it. Achicuegos back-to-back points. She scored the last 2 for the Flying Titans. Achicuegos actually spotted by I don't know if you guys remember Air Pada, who was the former head coach of the Lady Falcons, and also by Akari, or coach of Akari. There's a quick answer by Jovelyn Gonzaga. Jovelyn now with 5. Good swing, Mean Mendrez. Her first point, Mendrez. Formerly from UE. And a couple of substitutions now. Caitlin Viray checking in. Along with Ivy Perez, the newest Flying Titan. Perez should feel quite at home. She is from Batangas. A veteran of many teams, played for the now defunct Photon, played for Petrogas, also a now disbanded team, Jurflor and even Army. Arroyo with the attack fault. This is the first break point since the 4-0 start for the Flying Titans. They're only down by 4. And kind of surprising, it's only that much of a deficit for the Flying Titans considering how well the Thunderbelles played to get that 10-point run going. Pasarte to Arroyo. It's outside. Back-to-back attack faults for Arroyo. And don't look now, it's just a 3-point game. Nine serving 12. So 2 in a row scored by the Flying Titans. Perez with a dig. Caitlin Viray. That one popped up nicely by Jovelyn Gonzaga, who's an excellent defender. And this one is out of control on the dig by Ivy Perez as Chini Arroyo sides out for the Thunderbelles. Here's the hit by Viray. Then Pasarte finds Arroyo for the side out. 5 points now for Chini Arroyo. Perez to Viray. And Viray knocks it in. Good move by Caitlin Viray using actually the right hand. 4 points for Viray, and it's a 3-point game again. Mean Mendrez, the Lagunense, serving at 10-13. Basarte to Santiago. Cross court, dug by Ponce. Perez to Cheng. Good up. Coming from Gonzaga, and that started with a dig of Gonzaga. Basarte able to set it up to Santiago for the kill. Well, you do hear Coach Mack, our PA announcer, saying there's our first challenge of the match. Let's see what it is. Is it a footfall challenge? No, ball in, ball out. So a very quick challenge there. Basarte. That was won by the Thunderbelles, by the way, the challenge, which is why it's a 4-point lead again. Santiago hits down the line. Perez to Des Cheng. Through the block, Des Cheng knocks it in. Couple of points for Des Cheng, all scored here in set number 2. By the way, if you're wondering, after Batangas, the PVL goes to Ilocos Sur, they go to Vigan, and then to Polomolok, South Cotabato. So they're going everywhere. They're really living up to the on-tour billing. This one a block touch. Kate Santiago scores. So Santiago with 3. Right now, excellent composure being put on display by Chin Basarte and the Thunderbelles. Just able to stave off this run by the Flying Titans. Nice cross-court hit for Viray. Viray with 5 already. And you gotta appreciate the effort as well of the Flying Titans to not allow this very determined Thunderbelles team to pull away. Ubaldo back in the game for the Flying Titans. Aliana Ong. Yes. First attack point for Aliana Ong, who ranked 3rd in approach jump in the rookie combine at 298 centimeters. And she has a vertical reach of 283. Rachel Andakis, 6 points off the bench. And as good as she is, she actually told a story that she arrived in FEU not knowing how to play volleyball, but eventually being known as the Queen Tamarao. Nice block and a good save defensively by the scrambling Flying Titans. Aliana Ong with a hit. Ponce with a beautiful dig and a block. Both teams tremendous floor defense. Mendrez pops it up. Here comes Des Cheng hitting it and missing it. 17-12. 5-point lead restored for the Thunderbelles. Nice serve, short pass coming from Mendrez. Des Cheng out of system play. Doesn't matter. The veteran Des Cheng delivers 3 points now for Cheng. The 2-time UAAP champion from DLSU. Service outside for Cheng. Coach Dante Alonso-Nurin, Ejet Mabayad, Greg Ancheta, Adamson, FEU, and NU. Man, Mendrez down the line, yes! A little too much even for the excellent defender, Jovelyn Gonzaga. So Mendrez with point number 2. Also scored all of them here in set number 2. Service going to be outside for Pecaña. So back-to-back service faults for the Flying Titans. One from Des Cheng, one from Pecaña. Not allowing them to get going. Down by 5 again. Mondoñedo, Minor, they return. Mondoñedo, a 3-time NCAA champion for the College of St. Benilde. Season 99 MVP and best setter. Achicuegos right at the line. Point number 4 for the former season 81 best opposite hitter in the UAAP. A true blue Adamsonian from high school to college. Oh, beautiful shoot set. Mondoñedo connects with Nogales. And Nogales, that's just her first attack point today. After scoring 4 blocks in the first set. (20) serving 15. Served by De La Cruz, goes long. Mendrez to serve. Flying Titans still in it, only down by 4, but right now all momentum and rhythm on the side of the Thunderbelles. Cross-court hit, that one nicely dug by Achicuegos. Mondoñedo to Minor. Minor is blocked. Dump attempt is good. Villegas with her first point today. So that's a break point, a rare one for the Flying Titans here in set number 2. They've scored 2 in a row from down by 5 there within 3. Dakis with that familiar approach. Des Cheng, yes! 3 in a row scored by the Flying Titans. 4 for Des Cheng, and it's a 2-point game. And Coach Jerry Yee forced to call his very first timeout of the match after this 3rd straight point. The Flying Titans, that one scored by Des Cheng.
Block 8 kayo. Block 8. Ha? Sige po, lumabas ka sa rin. Mali dito na ito sila sa gitna. Go, go! Okay tayo naman tayo. Isang set up. Dalawang na lang. Isa lang ha? Balance natin.
So, first timeout for Coach Jerry Yee today. Flying Titans making a big run. They're down by as many as 5 late here in set number 2. Now they've made it a 2-point game. Thunderbelles looking for a side out. Oh, they didn't have to work for it. Got a free point off a service fault by Mayan Mendrez. Huge break for the Thunderbelles. Meantime, Cesc Robles, Zam Nolasco back on the floor for the Thunderbelles to try and finish this one off. Thunderbelles, in case you missed the first set, won 25-14. This one going down the wire. Ubaldo reverse running attack. Off the block, Villegas with a side out. Second point for Jen Kylene Villegas. And it's a 2-point game again. Good pass by Dakis. Andres pops it up. Ubaldo to Cheng. Cheng cross. Picked up by Robles. Dakis. This one is not coming back. Rachel and Dakis with point number 7. Tremendous effort by Mendrez to try and keep it alive, but to no avail. So side out, Thunderbelles back up by 3. Excellent decision making by Mondonera to go to the veteran Rachel Andakis. Minor with a serve at 22-19. Break point, that's what is on the minds of the Thunderbelles. And that break point comes from a block point. And that one, I think, credited to Zam Nolasco. Nolasco with 3 points already. And I believe all of them are from blocks. Zam Nolasco, 6'1". Timeout here for Coach Alin Sanurin.
Kailangan spacing at tulak dito. Yung middle, naghihintay lang dito. Paggalawin yung middle, pag yung middle, mas maganda rito, ha? Kasi yung middle, naghihintay lang dito. Wala, hirap mag-block. Pero option tayo dito, meron ka dito.
Hello. Hey, Choco Mucho Flying.
Well, Coach Dante Alin Sanurin looking for some fancy plays here. He was saying in the huddle, pagalawin yung middles. Because if they're standing still and expecting a hit, they're much more difficult to get around. So avoid the block is what Coach Alin Sanurin wants. That service outside for Minor. Despite that, they're still up by 3. Only need 2 points to win. So they're still in a very good position, Thunderbelles. But in terms of rotation, with Ubaldo serving, full front line for the Flying Titans. Dakis. Ponce keeping it alive. Easy over by Pecaña. Chance ball here. Thunderbelles running attack. Nolasco got it. And there's a net touch as well on Pecaña. So it's 4 set points for the Thunderbelles. Unfortunately for Zam Nolasco, that's not going to count for a point. The error came first, so it was a fault at the net. Gave the Thunderbelles set point. 1 of 4. Ubaldo underhand pass. Des Cheng, easy over. Chance to put it away right here. Not yet. Another free ball. Montañero. Drop shot by De La Cruz. Easy pickup. What a tough get for Tan Ponce. And that's 4 touches against the Flying Titans. 2 straight errors by Choco Mucho down the stretch. And those are the 2 points needed by the Thunderbelles to eke out a win here in set number 2. This one riding the net made it difficult for Ponce to pop it up. Thunderbelles up 2-0, winning the second set by 5 against the Flying Titans. 25-20. A 5-point win in the second set for the Thunderbelles. They are one set away from 2 wins in the PVL on tour as they control this match so far against the Flying Titans. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back inside the Batangas City Sports Coliseum. Second game of our doubleheader today. Chidi Arroyo with 5 points. 25-14 win in the first set, 25-20 win in the second set for the Thunderbelles. Right now, backs are against the wall. Flying Titans and Ayana Ong with another block. This one to start off set number 3. 1-0 Thunderbelles. Free ball. Running attack for Ong. Yes, back-to-back points. Ayana Ong now with 5 already. All points scored off the bench for Ayana Ong and a 2-0 start for the Thunderbelles. And what could be the final set? The reverse for Alina Bicar. Santiago is rejected, and finally, Flying Titans, just their second block today, able to give the Thunderbelles a taste of their own medicine. Viray with her first block today. Encarnacion, service on the line. Nice little 2-point run for the Flying Titans, just when it looked like it was a bad start. Good answer here by the Flying Titans. By the way, earlier today, in case you missed it, the High Risers winning against the Foxies in 4 sets. Out of system play there for the Thunderbelles. And there's a block touch. As Viray scores again, so Caitlin Viray now with 6. She has 2 of the 3 points of the Flying Titans, and they've scored 3 in a row. Second best scoring run for the Flying Titans after they scored 4 in a row to start set number 2. Pasarte finds Gonzaga. Ponce with a beautiful dig. Here comes Des Cheng. That's 4 in a row scored by the Flying Titans. Cheng with 5 already. What a nice answer here. Flying Titans. Another out of system play. Thunderbelles. Santiago couldn't knock it in. Nice dig meanwhile for Eroa. Chance ball for the Flying Titans. And there's an answer. Jai Atienza knocks it in. 5-point run for the Flying Titans. Bicar, good decision to go to the middle. Atienza with point number 2. Gonzaga couldn't get the side out. Meanwhile, 6 in a row scored by the Flying Titans. Caitlin Viray with 8 already. That's the kind of start you want. Encarnacion with a couple of points. And that finally stops the 6-point run of the Flying Titans. A service fault by Encarnacion, but the damage has been done. If you're the Flying Titans, they've got their nose in front. Up 3 points. Tough chase for Bicar. Bastarte to Gonzaga. Ponce has been all over, just trying to defend, but that did just crossing the net, and Ayana Ong taking advantage. 6 points now for the rookie Ayana Ong. Just too much on the dig by Tang Ponce. This one a free ball from the Flying Titans. Pass by Micah Go. A combination play, and that one drilled in by Javelin Gonzaga. Good answer. Meanwhile, a 3-point run for the Thunderbelles. And down by 4. It's now just a 2-point game. Make that a 1-point game. Bikar to Des Cheng. Micah Go picks it up. Aliana Ong again. Ong with 7. Just a very deep bench for Coach Jerry Yee, and so many contributors. Dakis off the bench with 7. Ong with 7 off the bench. De La Cruz with 2. Minor with at least 2. Zamnolasco with 3. Aliana Ong, this one picked up by Encarnacion. There's a nice block. Looks like Aliana Ong again. She scored at least the last 3 points of the Thunderbelles. And now the game is tied. 4-point run by the Thunderbelles to answer the 6-point run of the Flying Titans. Finally a side out as Caitlin Viray knocks it in. Viray with 9 already. 7 all. Both teams showing good stretches of volleyball, both on offense and defense. But who can be the most consistent? That is the question. Pasarte to Arroyo. Atienza digs it up. Des Cheng. That's outside. Des Cheng, obviously unhappy. She wanted to keep the run going. Here's the hero of the set so far, Aliana Ong, 23 years old. So far her best scoring game. And she gets an ace there, so she's got blocks, she's got attacks, she's got aces. 9 points for Ong. It's obviously a career game for her in the PVL. Great serve again for Ong. Des Cheng. What a receive there, what a dig from Santiago. Encarnacion playing great defense on the other end. Cut shot by Des Cheng. Gonzaga rejected coverage by Ong. Here comes Arroyo against a double block. Tang Ponce digs it up. Bikar back to Cheng. What a save. Tremendous save by Encarnacion in the back row. Arroyo taking advantage of the disarray defensively for the Flying Titans. A 10-7 advantage. Thunderbelles take a look at the hustle by Encarnacion to keep that one alive, and Arroyo takes advantage as the defense scrambling. Here's a timeout for Coach Alin Sinurin.
Okay?
Let's go, guys!
So this third set has been marked with one run after another, and fans, I'm sure, whether you're watching inside the Batangas City Sports Coliseum or on our One Sports YouTube channel, must be delighted at both teams making a good stretch of points here in set number 3, keeping this game close. Man, this time Viray knocks it in again. 10 points now for Viray. She's in double digits. And Coach Alin Sinurin will give her a rest as Achicuegos checks in for her. Bikar also will sit down. Tin Ubaldo, rookie, checks back in. Masate to Jovelyn Gonzaga, soaring in from the middle.
Ball is out.
The Bionic Ilongga moving around,
9-10.
using the entire real estate to find her sweet spots.
Ubaldo.
Thunderbelles back up by 1. Good pass. Nogales, that one dug by Ubaldo. Yes, Cheng with the side out. 6 points for Cheng off the bench. Nice to see Des Cheng back in great form after tearing her right ACL
Ubaldo.
back in 2023. Ubaldo gets that one to trickle across the net. Arroyo, yes! What a swing from Chini Arroyo. 6 points for Arroyo.
Substitution. ZUS Coffee. 8 out.
And for Chini, that is her best scoring game after putting up 4 against Akari. Mondoñero back in.
Serving for the Thunderbelles.
Mondoñero, former Benil team captain. This is an out-of-system play. In fact, an easy over given up by Des Cheng. Huegos, off-speed hit. Picked up by Minor. Arroyo again. Yes! Back-to-back points for Chini Arroyo. She's got 7. Thunderbelles simply outplaying the Flying Titans. Good pass by Encarnacion. Ubaldo to Huegos. One-handed dig for Minor. Arroyo again. This one picked up by Ubaldo. Des Cheng turned away. I think that's Nogales. That's block number 5 for Riza Nogales. It's just great timing for Riza. Is projected to be a first-round pick back in the 2025 draft, but dropped down to 3rd because of a knee injury. Meantime, Arroyo rattles it in again. Arroyo with 8 off the bench. Check that, Arroyo was a starter today after coming off the bench in their first game. 4-point lead now for the Thunderbelles. This is their biggest lead of set number 3. Finally an answer. Des Cheng with 7. And the veteran with a clutch point to keep it close. Only down by 3. Choco Mucho, they've got to dig in and overhaul this deficit if they want to see another set. Encarnacion, this one high enough for a dig. Minor. Good save in the back row from Des Cheng. Actually, Huegos is turned away. Ubaldo this time to Jewel. Jewel fires one in. That is picked up by Eroa. Arroyo, that one a little too far for Chini Arroyo. Didn't even make a hit. So a couple of straight points scored by the Flying Titans. Last one, an attack fault. So it's a 2-point game. These next 2 points are going to be huge. Arroyo. Good coverage by Ubaldo. Here comes Huegos. Huegos through the block. Save is good. Rally continues. Huegos with a push. Eroa picks it up. Mondoñero. A hit by Nogales. Encarnacion fires with it and scores. It's a 1-point game. Run continues for the Flying Titans. They're showing the crowd. Again, a very pro Flying Titans crowd that they want this 3rd set and they're playing like it. A lot of grit, a lot of fight being shown by the Flying Titans. Short pass, Mondoñero. Arroyo with the drop attempt. Ubaldo goes to Achik. Achik is turned away. Another block. This one by Arroyo. So Arroyo joining in the blocking party here. Nine points now for Chini. Jolina de la Cruz back in the game. Thunderbelles lead is down to 2. Good pass. Huegos with a push. Achik Huegos with 5 now. Flying Titans still definitely in it. They've just really got to be more consistent. Avoid the errors, number 1. Aroa with a good pass. Mondoñedo to Minor. Minor back at her usual role in the middle. Good save. De la Cruz. Ubaldo. This one. Just Arroyo. Check that. Atienza and Ubaldo just couldn't connect out of timing. So that error is going to hurt. But if you're the Flying Titans, they're only down by 2. Zam Nolasco back in for the Thunderbelles. They still got a shot here if you're the Flying Titans. But if you're the Thunderbelles, you got to avoid a run by the Flying Titans. Got to tighten up defensively. Back row hit for De La Cruz. Nice block. This one by Santiago. Kate with 4. That was what Coach Jerry Yee, and I'm sure the Thunderbell fans or Thunderbells fans watching live and on our YouTube channel, what they were looking for. Good defensive stop. This one, a net touch called against the Flying Titans. These are the things that Coach Dante Elucidurin will definitely want to talk about in this timeout. The errors that continue to pile up.
Mindset lang. Maraming kamay, lagi na
official ball in sports equipment supplier.
Huwag mo iasa sa kabila, sa mga middle. Okay? Okay, let's go, let's go.
Hey, Choco Mucho!
Well, if you're the Flying Titans, it is now or never. Down by 4 points and down by a couple of sets. They've got to make a move now, otherwise it will be too late. They lost the first set. The Flying Titans did by 11. Lost the second set by 5. Achik Huegos, this one dug by Mondoñedo. There's a hit by Santiago. Encarnacion, cross court. Nice pickup by the big lady, Nogales. This one is not coming back. Still a break point by the Thunderbelles after the timeout by Coach Dante Elucidurin, as the Thunderbelles looking to put this one away in straight sets. They're up by 5 again. Look at the defense of Nogales. And then Mondoñedo to the pipe. De La Cruz answers with a nice hit right down the gut of the defense of the Flying Titans. Finally, Achik Huegos. They've been targeting Nogales. Usually, attackers, you want to target the bigs, the middles, because it's harder for them to get down on their knees for digging. Meanwhile, highest scorer for the Flying Titans, Caitlin Viray, is back on the floor along with the starting setter in Alina Bicar. Let's see if they can make a difference here. Down by 4 points late in set 3, although this is not out of reach for the Flying Titans, that's for sure. And especially with the attack error by Alexis Minor, it's a 3-point game again. It's really anybody's set, but for the Flying Titans, if they pick this one up, it will obviously be huge, because that will keep them alive in this match. Try and pick up their first win of the PVL on tour. Encarnacion. Eroa keeps this alive. Minor. Picked up by Cheng. Caitlin Viray rolls it over. Mondoñero chooses Santiago, who gets inside out. Kate Santiago with about 5 points already. Huge side out for the Thunderbelles. They needed a point that'll give them a more comfortable margin, some breathing room against the Flying Titans, who were breathing down their necks. Chin Basante back in the game. She is the starting setter today. Coach Jerry Yee. Bicar, big swing from Jewel Encarnacion. Finally finds her rhythm. And I'm sure for the Flying Titans fans, they're hoping it's not too late. She had a rough start, rough first set. But she's been a factor, especially here in the third set, on both offense and defense. Running attack, beautiful play by Chin Basates. Nolasco getting involved on offense. Only 4 points for Nolasco today, and I only say 4 because she had 15 in their win against Akari and had 4 blocks as well. So more relaxed performance, I would say, for Zam Nolasco today. Des Cheng, this one popped up by Micah Go. Beautiful cross-court hit by De La Cruz. Des Cheng. De La Cruz with the first touch. Nolasco hits from the middle. Kept alive by Bicar. Back row attack by Jewel, and Jewel comes up short. And that will probably do it. Down by 5. And the Thunderbelles 3 away from a 3-set win. Santiago with a serve. Cheng through the block. Big point. And that's what vets do. They calm the nerves of their teammates down. You rely on your experienced players like Des Cheng in moments like this. For the Flying Titans, they need a point. It's a must-score situation. Basarte, meanwhile, to Nolasco. Nolasco is rejected. Good answer. Back-to-back points for the Flying Titans. Exactly what they needed to keep this game close and keep the Thunderbelles away from 24. 19-22. 3 to tie. Flying Titans. Free ball. Oh, it won't even go over. 3 straight points for the Flying Titans. The crowd starting to come alive inside the Batangas City Sports Coliseum. Tense moments for Flying Titans fans. Nolasco blocked again. 4 straight scored by the Flying Titans. Just when it looked like they were absolutely out of it. A huge monster block by Jen Kylene Villegas to make it a 1-point game. And it comes at the expense of a Zam Nolasco push, no less. Basarte. Great save by Encarnacion in the back row. Here comes Cheng for the tie. Cheng got it! Des Cheng! She has 2 of the points in this 5-point run. We're tied at 22. Timeout for the Thunderbelles.
PVL All Tour continues on July 25.
A players-only timeout for the Thunderbelles. Coach Jerry Yee letting the Thunderbelles sort it out on their own. A 5-point lead is what they were sitting on. 22-17, and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans just turning up the heat, and they tie the game up. De La Cruz. And De La Cruz with a big point. Another vat coming up big, this time for the Thunderbelles. 1-point lead for Zam Nolasco and the white shirts. Not a safe one, especially after that 5-point run by the Flying Titans. Vicar reverses. Viray got it. Tie game at 23. Kate and Viray with 11. A seesaw battle late in set number 3. Now Ubaldo checks in for Vicar. Huegos comes in for Viray. Race to score 2 points and win by 2. Third set. It is more important for the Flying Titans than for the Thunderbelles. As the Flying Titans down by 2 sets. Basarte, huge point this one. And it's a free ball for the Thunderbelles. Another chance to get to match point. Gonzaga, not yet. Ubaldo with a dig. Descheng looking for set point, not there. Eroa with a beautiful dig. Gonzaga tries again. Encarnacion sets it up. Huegos. Eroa. And the hit! Jolina De La Cruz puts the Thunderbelles at match point 24-23. A quiet game for Jolina De La Cruz, but very important points she scored today. That last one, more important than all the rest. 1 match point, Thunderbelles, 24-23. And what a rotation they have as well, with Mondoñedo serving. Thunderbelles with a full front line to close it out, but first they've got to defend. Achicuegos, out of system play, Minor for the win, not yet. Encarnacion again, great defense in the back row. Descheng with the easy over. Mondoñedo, a tough shot there for De La Cruz. Cheng is blocked. Minor with a winning monster block. Alexis Minor. Only single-digit production for Minor, but that last point was huge. And it's been the blocks was the biggest factor for the Thunderbelles in today's game. It started in the first set, and rightfully so, they closed out the match with one of their best aspects of the game. Defense at the net. A straight set win for the Thunderbelles against a veteran-laden Choco Mucho Flying Titans, who start off their on-tour campaign with a loss, and they didn't even pick up a set. Meanwhile, for the Thunderbelles, they pick up win number 2. They go up 2-0 in this short on-tour pocket tournament. And for Coach Jerry Yee, I'm sure very happy with the performance of these ladies and the confirmation of the 3-set win, 25-14, 25-20, 25-23. Thunderbelles winning straight sets against the Flying Titans. We invite you to keep on watching the PVL on tour, which will be available online on the One Sports YouTube channel. We return on the 25th of July, and this time we go up north all the way to Vigan for the Chameleons and the Solar Spikers. And that'll be followed by the high-speed hitters, the champions of the on-tour last year, and the Flying Titans, who are looking for their first win in the on-tour pocket tournament. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching our coverage. I'm Eric Tepan. And for the rest of us here at the production and our crew in Batangas, and we'll see you again soon.